तीन चीजें पूछना चाहती हूँ. Your revelations about yourself, your trait trick.
I am not expensive.
One eccentric trait that you have.
I don't go for many takes.
And one fun incident that you never forget as a filmmaker.
When I asked Ayushman in Wiki Donor to go into that room where we donate, and he asked me, "Sir, मैं करूँगा क्या जाके?" So मैं मुझे भी मालूम तो क्या करेगा वहाँ जाके.
Well, sir, thank you for joining Good Times. और एक बात बता, did you even think when you were making गुलाबो सिताबो कि ये एक लॉकडाउन की रिलीज होगी, ग्लोबल प्रीमियर होगा across 200 countries? सोचा था?
नहीं, ऐसा तो नहीं बिल्कुल सोचा था, बिल्कुल नहीं सोचा था, और ऐसा सोचना चाहता भी नहीं हूँ मैं, because I don't think it's ये बहुत अच्छी सी सोच होगी. I think सब लोग परेशान हैं, लेकिन ये है कि गुलाबो इस बीच में रिलीज हो रही है, इसी वजह से शायद ये याद रह जाएगा.
It'll go down in history, and also seeing the trailer, it's just made us all smile and laugh. And you remember that show on DD, Ghalib Mirza की हवेली or something? उसमें एक dialogue होता था, मिर्जा कैसे हैं, मिर्जा अच्छे हैं. I don't know why Mr. Bachchan's character reminded me of that मिर्जा.
सबके जहन में ऐसे कैरेक्टर आपको मिल जाएंगे. आप थोड़ी पुरानी दिल्ली या लखनऊ की गलियों में चले जाइए, आपको एक ऐसा कैरेक्टर मिल जाएगा.
So what was the idea behind Gulabo Sitabo?
Well, idea came from Juhi. The real idea we want to see, you have to see the film.
That I'm going to certainly watch.
Yeah, what you see on the trailer, that's not the film is beyond that. But I think जो मैं चाह रहा था कि ये गुलाबो सिताबो की एक दुनिया प्रेजेंट करूं, सो वो मैं जब मैंने फिल्म फाइनल देखा तो मुझे लगा कि वो शायद मैंने एक बना दिया है. और नॉर्मली माय फिल्म्स आर अबाउट द वर्ल्ड एंड सम कैरेक्टर्स, एंड इट्स नॉट टू प्लॉट ड्रिवन कि बहुत ज्यादा प्लॉट हेवी होता है. कुछ सिचुएशंस होती हैं और मैं कैमरा लेके वहां चले जाता हूँ, जैसे आप लोग भी पहुंच जाते हो वैसे ही मैं पहुंच जाता हूँ कैमरा लेके, और मैं कुछ कैरेक्टर्स को शूट कर लेता हूँ. तो ये है ये फिल्म. और अगर आपने ट्रेलर देखा होगा, यू कैन फील दैट देयर इज अ हवेली. देन ये जो कैरेक्टर्स हैं थोड़े इकोनॉमिकली लोअर ग्रुप से आते हैं, दे आर स्ट्रगलिंग इन देयर लाइफ. बट क्या है कि जब व्यंग होता है ना, जो सटायर, तो उसको आप अगर थोड़ा सा सोशल सटायर को थोड़ा स्माइल से ही देखते हैं. सो ऐसी चीजों को थोड़ा सा मैंने हल्का सा स्माइल से देखा है पूरे फिल्म को.
And you know, you're one person who's managed to portray Mr. Bachchan in his many avatars. His humor, we all know. We've seen the humorous side. We've seen the eccentric side, as in a bit. Bhaskar also was a bit eccentric, and so was his character in Pink. What is your and Mr. Bachchan's chemistry like?
Oh, I think we are like this. When you see the film, we are like this. We are like Bhaskar. So a lot of people call me Bhaskar also. The other day, he, you know. So I think it's mutual trust. Mr. Bachchan's see, Mr. Bachchan surrenders himself when the script he gets. He completely surrenders himself, and he completely surrenders to the director's vision actually. So ये उनकी बहुत जो है बहुत बड़ी बात है. He is much more experienced. He's almost 51 or 52 years in the industry.
True.
So you can understand that he has seen everything. He knows everything. वो एक he can see you and tell you how is there an integrity or not. So he's so ready in his thoughts, and he's sharp. So at this age also, the way he is on the set, the way he's jumping, the way the character he wants to perform. So all this makes him, especially me and him, maybe I don't know. I mean, our bonding has matured for sure. This much I can tell you.
What was it like the first time when you directed him and now you directed him? What has changed between the two of you?
I remember the first time when I was shooting. I was shooting in Manali, and I was about to. I said, "Roll camera, roll sound," and I said, "We can start." So for a few seconds, nothing happened. So I said, "Sir, we can start." So then nothing happened. Then he turned and shouted, "Arey, action kaun bolega?" So मैंने बोला sir, first time I was not able to say action to him. So I was little nervous. So बोलते Shoojit, tell me action, then only I'll perform. I'm used to hearing action. So I said, okay,
Awesome.
sir. so, so that was my first. You can imagine. So I was nervous. It was a film Shoe Bite, which never released here. So whenever. So from there to here, I would say that we started understanding each other quite well. Um, he's a real naughty. So we have, so he can joke around with me. We can talk whatever we want off the, set. So we have reached that level where we can make fun of each other.
And also, you are the man who gave, he's now popularly called AK, his first break. So reuniting with the Vicky Donor to, what was that like with Ayushmann?
Yeah, it's fresh. I think it's like coming back to the family. Ayushmann is, we call him our own team member. And, I work with a very small team and a very core team, and they've been working with almost last 15 years. So what Ayushmann saw in Vicky Donor, so he came back in this set and he saw the same people around. So it was like, for him, it's like a homecoming. But yes, for Ayushmann, I think, and for Mr. for both, because they are, Ayushmann is today's, absolutely new age an actor, and Mr. Bachchan, nothing to be said about him. So they coming together, I think there was a lot of novelty and freshness, and there was, that's what I felt. And both were also first few days, they were a little nervous. I wouldn't say nervous, but little conscious of each other to be, because the kind of characters they were playing. But after a few days, they were okay, because then they knew that they were in my set and, we were focusing on the character. So then they were okay.
And whatever I've seen in the trailer, it's their camaraderie is just brilliant.
Yes, you don't feel like they're working for the first time, You don't feel. It's so natural they are. So ordinary they are, I think, I'll say.
But that's the beauty in your films, the ordinariness of ordinary people who may be larger than life on, off screen, because you look at actors like that, but they're just like regular people. And I think ordinary stories, I would say, I mean, you were assistant to Basuda, but you carry a bit of him with you, don't you?
Consciously, unconsciously, maybe, I don't know, but not consciously. Because I didn't remember when I was working with him. That was so long. It was 92, 93 or 91. Just imagine, so many years back. Maybe, because who doesn't have an influence of Rajnigandha or Baaton Baaton Mein, those films, Ek Ruka Hua Faisla. We have grown up watching those films. So kahin na kahin to stream mein hoga hamare.
But that's what I was saying. I was coming to my question and then I got Basuda in. It's like basically the ordinary everyday lives of ordinary people is so beautifully told.
That of course you have hit the absolutely right note. That absolutely I am absolutely inspired by, and this everyday life, everyday people, those small little observations that you will see in the film, those little human behaviors that possibly we have seen, we all do. Even the trailer, whatever moments, we have seen these arguments happening actually in real life. We are aware of it.
Very true.
So I think every day we see this. So yes, and I love this. I love to explore this kind of a realism which is simple and ordinary.
Which is so true, because Bhaskar of Piku, his bowel problems are like my aunt, who only discusses her bowel movements first and then the rest of the day follows. And also this Banke and Mirza's Nok Chok is growing up in Delhi. In the 70s, you saw it playing out on your streets.
Yeah, नहीं अभी भी होता है मैम, चिंता मत करिए, अभी भी आप छोटे शहर में चले जाइए, होता है बिल्कुल.
Totally. What if Banke and Mirza were to meet the Shaukeens of Basuda? क्या reaction होता उनका?
नहीं, बहुत मजा आता उनको. I'm sure. He would have loved it.
And also, if it was in the pandemic, this movie, what would happen? Would the narrative have been changed? What would have been the reaction of Banke and Mirza? You're in lockdown.
वो नहीं रुकते, वो उनका चलता रहता. वो रुकने वाले नहीं है पैंडेमिक से और इससे, वो चलते रहता उनका. उनका मकसद ही कुछ और है. Their motto is something else.
But how did the name Gulabo Sitabo come?
Okay, interesting. So once we finished the script, we were doing a little bit of a research in terms of locations and everything. So we in the internet we got this puppeteer who was performing this. So then I when I know googled a little bit and researched that this is an old puppet art. It's a performing art, huh? But it's a dying performing art. So what I did was I thought, and I somehow managed to get this guy who was there in this video. And I thought, I asked then Juhi and me incorporate this in the film. And then we thought, why not to use this as a metaphor? And if somehow, it can help this puppet art and these performing artists who are almost love hand to mouth because people don't now in this internet world are slowly forgetting this puppet art. So it's somehow, if we can give an ode to this art, so that's how this name Gulabo Sitabo.
Awesome. And एक ज़माने में puppet, seeing the puppeteers used to be our form of entertainment. कितना मजा आता था.
Yes.
And अगर इस लॉकडाउन में आपको एक फ्रेम में पिक्चर बनानी होती तो कौन से एक्टर को चूज करते हैं आप?
अरे बाप रे, ये कैसा सवाल है? एक फ्रेम में?
एक ही फ्रेम है, एक ही एक्टर और लॉकडाउन में पिक्चर बना रहे हो.
देखिए, जिसके साथ मैं बनाना चाहता था वो चला गया है. इरफान खान.
Yes. And talking about him, you gave us Rana, a character who became a sort of a national crush for all.
A lot of people still send me text, and especially in the last few months in this lockdown, I think people have seen more of Piku also because of Irfan's death, and they found him. They're constantly asking me what happened at the end of the film. Did they get married? Did they together? What happened? Please tell me.
This is something that we all speculate. वो होता है ना, पिक्चर से बाहर निकलो, happy ending है, but sometimes an open-ended ending makes everyone keep thinking कि क्या हुआ होगा? Did they stay like this? Did they get married?
Yes, ये तो आपको खुद ही अपना story बनाना पड़ेगा because I am as clueless as you.
But I know you've been asked this question a lot of working with Irfan, your memories. सब पूछते हैं. आप मेरे को एक anecdote बता दो, because he was a man who enjoyed off-camera banter more than on-screen banter. Any कुछ interesting thing अगर आपको story याद है, because he's a man who should be remembered happily.
मैं क्या बताऊं, मतलब he is तो not remembered. I to feel him is still around us, alive, मतलब so fresh. He's, there are many chota incidents. I'll tell you, first time when we told him that Mr. Bachchan will be opposite him, so he jumped. He's never worked with. Of course, everybody has a dream to work with Amitabh Bachchan. So every day he'll call me. अच्छा, set पे वो मतलब किस तरह रिहर्सल करते हैं? मैं बोलता था उसको ऐसे रिहर्सल करते हैं. इरफान, don't worry, मैं हूँ. Don't worry, everything will be okay. अच्छा ठीक है. अच्छा रिहर्सल कितना करते हैं? मैंने बोला ऐसा करते हैं रिहर्सल, बहुत सारी रिहर्सल करते हैं. अच्छा बहुत सारी रिहर्सल करते हैं? यार मैं तो नहीं करता रिहर्सल. तो मैं डोंट वरी, आप जितना रिहर्सल मत करो, आप थोड़ा कर लेना. नहीं, मैं कर लूंगा रिहर्सल. तो ऐसे उसके साथ he was so excited and little nervous also with Mr. Bachchan the first day when he came and they came together. It was a hilarious day. It was a hilarious scene. First time he asking his license. He was relieved and he hugged him that, I finally, work with him. So those moments are absolutely marvelous.
And totally to cherish. And now coming back to Gulabo Sitabo and its release, I know every filmmaker wants a theatrical release. Abhi OTT, we don't have a choice. What's your take on this? As someone said, a lot of theaters are protesting because it's actors हैं इस picture में. That's why उनको लग रहा है कि OTT release नहीं होनी चाहिए. अगर कोई non-actor, मतलब non-popular faces होते, then they would have been fine. What's your take as a filmmaker who has a movie releasing on?
I don't think that's a right logic from the cinema theaters. Yes, they may be a little upset about it. That's absolutely natural because the situation is like this and the film is unable to release. But you must understand that this सबको समझना पड़ेगा कि ये situation कैसा है. आप और मैं आज बात कर रहे हैं, नहीं तो आप मेरे ऑफिस में चली आती, घुस जाती और बोलती सुजीत इंटरव्यू दो, सामने सामने बैठे होते. लेकिन आप और मैं बात कर रहे हैं अभी ऐसे इंटरनेट में डिजिटल के थ्रू. क्यों कर रहे हैं? क्योंकि सिचुएशन ऐसा है. अदरवाइज तो नहीं करते ना हम लोग. तो मैंने जब मेरा रिलीज डेट चला गया, तो मैंने ये डिसीजन लिया कि नहीं, बहुत डिफिकल्ट डिसीजन था, लेकिन मैंने लिया क्योंकि मुझे एक्सपेरिमेंट करना था एक डिजिटल प्लेटफॉर्म के साथ। और मैं एक फिल्म को लेके क्यों बैठे रहूं, क्योंकि मैं तो एक ही फिल्म बनाता हूं, मैं तो बहुत सारे 15 फिल्म एक साथ बनाता नहीं हूं, मैं तो फैक्ट्री हूं नहीं। आई मेक वन फिल्म एट ए टाइम, और एक फिल्म बनाता हूं, उससे जो भी पैसे आते हैं मैं टेक्नीशियंस को पे करता हूं, फिर मैं दूसरी फिल्म बनाता हूं। तो ये मेरा मिशनरी है। और ये जो मैंने डिसीजन लिया, इससे फायदा इंडस्ट्री को ही हुआ है, हमारे टेक्नीशियंस को ही हुआ है, सबको इस लॉकडाउन के दौरान जो अपने घर से काम कर पाया, ये अच्छा हुआ उनके लिए। फिर जब हॉल्स खुल जाएगा तो फिर हॉल्स में फिल्म रिलीज होना शुरू हो जाएगा। सो इट्स अ सिचुएशन एंड यू हैव टू अडैप्ट, इट्स एन इवोल्यूशन।
Also, do you think now shooting is start हो रही है, less crew, pay cuts लेने पड़ेंगे जो हमारे highly paid actors हैं? Do you think the fabric of the industry is going to change now, and also will the narratives change?
It should change, I think so. I think it should change, because if it doesn't change, the industry will take some long time to survive. It will take a long time to cope up with this. Everybody will have to take a pay cut. Everybody has taken already, in a lot of sectors there is a pay cut, because if we don't pay cut, then economically the films won't be viable. Because for people to go to the theaters, flock to the theaters back, even that also will take a little time. There are a lot of people who are still contemplating, there is a fear, so it will take some time. So इस टाइम को रीएडजस्ट करने के लिए सबको ही फाइनेंशियली एक रीपैकेजिंग करना पड़ेगा टू रीस्टार्ट। कोई एक्स्ट्रावैगेंट खर्चा नहीं कर सकते। एंड नैरेटिव, ऑफ कोर्स नैरेटिव में तो होना ही चाहिए। अगर हमको इस पैंडेमिक से सीख नहीं मिलेगा, एवरीथिंग इज अ लर्निंग, राइट? एवरीथिंग इज अ लर्निंग। सो अगर हमने सीख नहीं लिया तो आई थिंक इट विल बी फुलिश। सीखना जरूर चाहिए हम।
I think after we are long gone, we'll have stories, film stories unfolding कि सन 2020 में ऐसा एक पेंडेमिक आया था, ऐसे ऐसे लोग हैं।
बिल्कुल होगा, हम अभी बनाते ना, बिल्कुल होगा।
And how what's the update on Udham Singh? Have you finished shooting that कि बचा है कुछ?
उधम सिंह की शूटिंग खत्म हो गई है।
Oh, great.
हम लोग पोस्ट प्रोडक्शन में अभी चल रहा था, बट लॉकडाउन की वजह से रुक गया है। बट वी विल रीस्टार्ट नाउ एज सून एज दिस, दे हैव ऑलरेडी गिवन द गो अहेड एंड गाइडलाइंस। So we'll start, and it's a next year release. I'm quite excited. Udham Singh with Vicky Kaushal. So let's hope.
You know, it's amazing how you have a knack of picking actors who just fit that character to a T. Whether it was Ayushmann, Vicky Donor, Varun, we had never imagined as Dan, and he was so convincing. So what's your process, and how did you pick on Mr. Kaushal to play Udham Singh?
So actors ko cast karna, I think it's a specialized job. It's not. It's also an collaboration of an artist. That is the casting director. I think a lot of goes nowadays. Credit goes to the casting director. How they
do you have the actor in mind when you have your?
No. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. It's a both way process. Like for example, in Gulabo Sitabo, Mr. Bachchan शुरू से ही mind में थे as Mirza, but Ayushmann नहीं थे. Ayushmann बाद में आए हैं in the film. So depend करता है. So I think it's a real artistic touch of the casting director that वो कैसे सोचते हैं और फिर casting ऐसे की जाती है. I think casting is also as important as writing or as cinematography or editing. So it's a collaborative art.
True. चलो जाशिद, आपसे 3 चीजें पूछना चाहती हूँ. Your revelations about yourself, your trade trick, any trade trick.
My trade trick?
Yeah.
I am not expensive.
One eccentric trait that you have.
My eccentric trick, I don't go for many takes. I'm a quick and fast during my shoot.
And one fun incident that you never forget as a filmmaker.
Oh, I think that fun incident is the three fun incidents that happened. One is in Piku when we were going around with in the car, in the road journey. There was a chair on the top of the car, which was Bhaskar's actually pot. I mean, what means somehow for adjusting it. So there are many people who wondered what it is, and they kept following me and following the car. And when the car stopped, it was taken down, and everybody came, clicked picture, people sat on it. They thought it's a piece of art, and they were just. I remember. I can't tell you that visual how it is, and there was so many art around that. So this was one fun moment which we had like madness. Another was when I asked Ayushman, Vicky, in Vicky Donor, to go into that room, so where we donate, and he asked me, "Sir, मैं करूँगा क्या जाके?" So मैं मुझे भी मालूम तू क्या करेगा वहाँ जाके. So that was a really, I can't explain to you how much we laughed and got scared when we think now. So he said, नहीं मैं आप कैमरा लगाओगे, आप ये सीन अवॉइड कर दो सर. मैं बोला हाँ अवॉइड कर देंगे, देखते हैं क्या हो सकता है. बोल सर नहीं सर, ये आप क्या कर रहे हो सर, ये कैमरा कैसे लगा रहे हो यहाँ पे. So anyway.
Well, thank you so much. But lastly, how has the lockdown treated you? And the first thing you're going to do once the lockdown is over, like we are finally free. पता नहीं कब totally होंगे free.
Lockdown has helped me a lot, and I love this lockdown. And I love the way I am here alone, just with my family and nobody to bother me, and at peace. I don't have to interact with too many people, just very few people. So I'm quite happy with the lockdown. The only thing during the lockdown that I missed, and that's what I'm going to do as soon as the lockdown is over and I'm allowed to go, is take my football kits and straight away go to the ground and play football.
Who's your favorite football player? Favorite, and the team you support?
Of course, it's Messi at this moment.
Thank you, sir. और जाते जाते एक recommendation दे दो, a movie that you feel everyone should watch, lover of cinema. कोई भी picture.
It's the Pother Panchali by Satyajit Ray. You must watch.
Thank you, sir. All the very best. Hoping to see you in person वो banquet hall वाले interviews में. ये भी वैसे ठीक है.
Thank you.
Thank you.
हाँ बुरा नहीं है, ठीक.
बुरा नहीं.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Bye-bye.